It's really bad. Oh, hello. 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 I have been put in a room. I can hurt myself. So the walls are cushioned. I'm alone here in this madhouse. So nobody can hear me. And I'm alone by myself. Probably I have been drugged, dosed. I am under the control of the system of this asylum. And nobody believes in me. Everyone is wrong. I am angry. Nobody cares. Nobody listens to me. I despair more, and the more anger I have, the worse it gets. The more people get angry. Well, the word of the week is new. And for that, which is for the third week of the month, with the meaning of the cover that construct that race can or class can define itself by that cover, which is formed as a source of material that eats from it. You don't know even. It's incredible. Well, at least I have the world in my head somewhere around my head or in. Or is this scenario I belong to? It's just a vibe. Hey, how is your world? My world is fine and yours? So, ultra modern. I brought an ultra modern theory, which I have not gotten paid yet. I've been on internet for 2 years or trying to get it, and 3 years that I have sent it to Bill Gates. So I have put some people, but I have got away with some ways. Cannot say that everything is true, because some people in the way get a lot of money from doing mediations, and I haven't got a penny from my own work. So I've studied for script writing, and I have been role playing for the last 10 years. Because I gave up. I said, I'm not gonna go in the business and go with men that just want to invite you. I have taught tantra in New York City, Manhattan, and I have been a free woman with a lot of free men, and I have been very loyal with my partners. Loyal, truthful, because what's loyal to me is maybe not loyal to the Christian Orthodox, or for those who call they have a moral compass, but I guess they don't have much sex, if not at all. But there is also celibacy as well that I admire. I've been alone when I was younger as well for 3 years, 5 years. Venezuela, I don't like the Venezuelan man because of the voice, the ring of the voice. My father is from Spain, so the voice is thicker, more profound. So it's something like I can't, I can't. Okay, so it has been very hard. I always imagine that I'm a secret agent, so I imagine many things so I can do the jobs that I go along with. And I create jobs of my own. So I always believe that I'm not hired by anyone. So I can create my own imagination within my boundaries and my space and to fill that job understanding the boundaries of the other. So I have considered myself a super narcissist and then super empath. Either way, I am grandiose. Either way. And I don't care. I could be anything, nothing at all. In that nothingness, there is greatness too, because you disappear into the wall. That's a good thing about studying philosophy. That you look like if you were some sort of master talking a lot of like appear in the deserts and shh, all this wind starting to twirl and whatever stories that take you away from yourself. But that's part of being a storyteller as well. And it saves your day, it saves a lot of parts from your body to keep together. And I was just thinking that I should buy this a gavel. It's a small ceremonial mallet commonly made of hardwood, typically fashioned with a handle. It can be used to call for attention or to punctuate rulings and proclamation. It is a symbol of authority and right to act officially in the capacity of presiding a presiding officer or an auction. I could sell men like sex toys, especially those who are being judged by multimedia. Well, some people want to put a lot of attention on things that are nothing new or interesting because I had to get with a lot of ideas to prove that I'm a genius. I have got a lot of hypotheses that I have sent letters to universities, to many offices and places while she's having a normal job. Just like that. I'm great. On my private life, I know I am. I don't need to explain anyone. But I had to come out to give the rules of role playing to virtual reality and explain what is the tissue of reality for a fictional created world, which is based on fantasy or fiction, whatever character you're playing with, for the sakes of playfulness. So all the companies have to come together for the vision of understanding that each country has character traits that belong to the nature of the nation. They have put tape on this, and they haven't put it in the right place. Because the continents are split. Isn't it beautiful? It's split. This world is split. That's how we are split. It's good that people can go to different platforms so they can talk in different styles and get to see that, okay, but here I have more currency of people. Now I don't have money there. The theme of the week should be money. Money. That was my idea, to give debit through mansions into villages and mediators and people that are in a position of experience knowing management, because they can check the stock and report. And not only managers, takes 5 years to get a degree in McDonald's where I work. So I still have a case course burning there for the recycling, because I also wrote a method for recycling. I couldn't deal with the metaverse and a lawsuit to the headquarters of McDonald's, which it was only a mediation, because it's like, I'm not a scapegoat. This whistleblowing, all this. I've started to have a conversation for 3 years, and it's been noted. But that was with McDonald's. So anything that you will try to do that is for the benefit of the world can go against you if people are not paying considerable attention and speed for the process. So there is no money. The money has to flow. Somebody has to come to me to start doing this. So I might end up in Rumble as well to say, here we are, a few losers. Let's make something for the world alone. Yeah. Yeah, maybe the world banking system is not going to help us, but they will need us to move this with the mediators and teach people how to mediate, and sometimes do something productive for the world. At least they have food. For example, in this area, it's a part of the world where there's a lot of people coming from a lot of people coming to Europe from Africa. Um, you can do a lot of mansions into villages, and the Mediterranean can be as beautiful there. And here's Venezuela, where I was born. Oh man, it turns by itself. Turns me on. So I don't know why South Americans are going to North America so they can vote for these people. It's crazy. It's very bad. I would rather tell them to not go or come anywhere, because it's like, oof. So I am a sannyasin with a sannyasin name, and I have been with Osho and with international therapists. I have danced and worked in meditation in India for 3 years. I have studied many religions as well. and their profits. So I have always considered myself a Catholic apostolic and a sinner. Will I sin again? I don't know. I can understand what it is to be disattached and what is to love immensely and the desire to keep loving endlessly no matter what. So the more that you can reach, the better. Whatever money comes to you or not. I don't understand why people like Russell Brand can have so much position of power. And man, if you make 1 million every month in YouTube, wow, he must have so much money. Oh my god, that's a lot of money. My god, oh my god, my god, forgive all these people that are in positions of power and are men and are all the same, more or less. Because I won't. So, I would like to have a courtroom for myself where I am the judge. And I would like to have a scrutiny to see the evidence of all the women that has been with him. And I will be judged as well for all the men that I've been with. But I will win. Us. I will win. I would win by all every man says about me. They will say very good things. What is important here is to know if Russell Brand is better lover than me or not. That would be the judgment, and I guess would be of the opposite sex or the people he had sex with. It's not in the books of the law or Christianity. Because some people say moral, immoral, and from one thing to another. Are we going to castrate society and judge people because of their behaviors? Well, he, he likes to show his what his mama gave him, I guess. He's very happy with it, making a lot of people happy, and they're laughing a lot. Also, women are laughing about it, right? So I guess it's not funny after, because it's one thing to laugh because it's once and you just hurt once. But then he starts so, well, like you have to be with prostitutes if you want to be with so many women. It cannot be like that. Not even if it's the 80s or the 60s or yeah, you could be with three, because nobody knows what if so many people coming in and out, you're so young and all the people, yeah, you could. uh Depends in which jobs. You have to understand that some jobs are designed for that. That's why people go to work in those jobs. They're female comedians, Spanish female actress of comedy. that she was saying the from Spain, because the Americans call Spanish the Mexicans, and they think all the Spanish people are Mexican. Oh my god! So she said, I wanted to be an actress because I didn't want to study or read too much. I wanted to make love, acting, have a lot of fun with people, to meet people. And I was like, gosh, I have to study my script. I had to study a lot. It was supposed to be a joke. Okay. So I would wish to have a process that is not so painful for society, where they will have to see every piece of evidence, and it would be just nicer to know the truth in the sense of that which is beyond the facts. Why? Because are women going to come forward? This is a problem. He's going to deny it. He's not going to talk about it until he's asked to go in a courtroom. And this is brought because now in United Kingdom they made it legal to see it broadcast what's going on in courts. Is new from this year. Pay attention, Russell Brand. So we are on the same page because no one is paying me, but you got all this money. Hey, you even made it to Hollywood. Huh? I can tell you have a little dick because something about it. Thing is, very handsome, very skilled, but it's lovely to have people like that, generous with whatever they have. I think I don't understand why people have to go so far. I'm not interested in anyone, really. I wish I could just be with children and that I sell my other part of the formula so I don't have to be here talking with anyone and I'm just with my children and my husband. My husband, I have to divorce another husband. So, whatever. I have designed my character in real life so nobody knows if I'm married or I'm not married, if I'm single, if I'm lesbian, if I'm lesbian, if I do trios, if I don't do trios, because I don't want anyone to really know. That's not the point. I don't want to say that I believe or that when it comes to intimacy, in order to respect every individual of this planet Earth. And what matters most, there is my idea when the Queen, Elizabeth II, Her Highness, Her Majesty, in the last year of her life, in the Jubilee, with all the beautiful people of the kingdom, the creator around her, with so much love and devotion. This huge tree with lights, and she just pushed the thing, and the lights went like a DNA. It was like a braid of three. It looked like a DNA path of lights, and it all got enlightened, and the tree, this is a beacon of light, and the tree enlightened. Yeah. So in that moment, because I am a role player and I have like 1,000 stories in my mind going on and from different verses, characters, first person and any person at the same time. All right, be careful with me. Don't believe in me. Think. You can think with multi-parallel brains within yourself, understanding the different thematics and what matters most. Then I might listen to you. I just imagine all the world with the lights, all the lights. And of course, I also write science fiction. So I come from the future. Within my experience in this time that we share, because I went too far. I went too far with my imagination, role playing with other stories. Um, I don't know have anything much to give as to say thank you to my lawyers because I won this little court case, so I can eat better. I have been eating lentils for 2 years talking on internet alone, and I asked to be hacked, so I'm used. Right? I have done a lot of this on my own as well. I have catch many killers online And I had wars of hackers. But I have the heart of a lion because I love to sleep. Lions sleep like 20 hours, 18 hours a day, or 20 hours. From 18 hours to 20 hours. So, you know, do they roar every day? No. Do they roar every week? I don't think the lions do. The lionesses might roar more than the lions, but they do sleep. They do love to sleep. And there is where it's not really that I sleep. It's kind of like now I don't like where I'm living right now. So I forced myself to come here to this office to put away my computers because this one needs to keep focus and straight without distraction. I brought something new that is worth billions of dollars. Billions and billions and billions. And every country has their own limitations and differences which composes them. Technologically speaking, every technician in the world is going to formulate on their own settings. It's all in their settings. If China doesn't want with their firewall, whatever, they don't want gays to enter in their system, that's it. Yeah? All she, he, she, whatever. Even if, like, what? Is she? Is she her, hers? Is she? All these things. Yeah? They're going to see it as it is. Biological or, yeah, biological woman, turned man, all this. They want that in Russia. Freedom to have their settings. They don't want whatever, whatever. This is why I had a lot of freedom to think. I have freedom to think, and I've been assistant of therapy for 13, 14 years. So I went to the school of the now king of Spain as a child, and I grew up as a top millionaire. I never had a castle or mansion, maybe 4 floors, sometimes a duplex in the top, watching the palace in Madrid. And my family raised me with a lot of love, attention, a lot of love, attention. And I grew up to be a free person who is not afraid of authority, but is at the same time appreciative to know where to go where you need this, where to address, how to address, because they can fix things that we cannot do. They can do things we cannot do. So there is a conversation. Okay, conversations in role play are not lined as you think. You're just going to be shouting. There's going to be a revolution, and you are going to be hurt. Well, the dream for all us to have it together. That's when, like, when you're taking ecstasy or speed, or I don't know, you're taking LSD. Look, it's not easy to be judged, but you are being the spot of attention. Yeah. So it's like your dick is hard. Where are you gonna stick it now, man? Really? Gosh. Somebody, please. Somebody. Ah, here's a wife. Okay, whatever. Sorry. It's just really so hard to please someone. Even give them one another. It's like, okay, whatever. But I got my hair red now. I look like different. And you get horny with me. Things like that. I grew up looking at my mother like so beautiful, so beautiful. And she made so much money. Like, it couldn't be a better woman than my mother. And I was like, my God. My father is the only person who loved my mother and respect her. But men are weird sometimes. I couldn't be present for everyone in this world. It hurt me very much to because the money hurts people. The money hurts. Their pockets were the best. It's not love. It's the money that hurts. I lost this money. The power trips hurt. But what is very sad is to not have love. Think that you can control others from one side to the other, okay, of the opposites. So it is not easy because everyone is judging. And with multimedia, every political party is harassing the other one, and everything is being televised. It used to be a prayer on my stories role play because I read the news, so the news were my inspiration. I wish there was no more pedophilia or rings, people with power abusing children, what I consider children. I don't consider a child a woman of 16-year-olds who writes in her police report school like 4 or 5 times. It's like, come on. You're just a little bitch, all right? When I was 16, I wanted a mature man. That he was an asshole, well, that's, like, they're all assholes, whether you're 16, 20, 30, 40. It's really make a difference. At least you knew it before. He left you. It was cool in India because I chose him. I went to him. I waited a long time too. I was the last virgin around. I was nearly 17. So I waited and I'm a very happy person alone. I don't like to follow the crowds. And I like my privacy a lot and to know who I am at every step of the way. I'll never set money for things I don't want to do unless I want to. And like this, when I do anything that I want, understanding that you have a job and a task or an obligation because you gave yourself for that duty, then you must follow through. It's part of the job, right? I don't think anyone has to work in McDonald's to understand how hard it is to deal. People are going through paranoias. There's a coronavirus around the world, and everybody thinks they're going to die. and you have to explain every person one by one. There's gonna be okay. It's gonna be safe at home. That we're all together. That this is happening all around the world. Watch out with your diet. Yeah, okay, yeah, but eat healthy. Just once McDonald's, okay? Things like that, and make a lot of jokes so people can laugh the tension out. They have to listen to all persons and all British saying, "No, we might never recover from this." And maybe you have to see your friends, your friend that lost his comic store in Soho, here, the biggest comic store, and he will have art galleries there as well in London. So it's not easy to do what you gotta do when you didn't sign for that. I was like, welcome people and just play with the kids and let the mothers eat. And so the kids, so they will come jumping and laughing because they were coming to McDonald's, but they were coming because I was there. Place was clean, and I would clean all that place like if it was. And I always felt that I work for God wherever I am, wherever I work. Maybe this is the first time I say it. I have said that when I was little, I wanted to be a nun, a detective, and an astronaut. And they would ask me, why not just one? I said, well, I could be three if I want. So it's kind of like a blend because I will be a nun in the way I can. So if I can bring people closer to God as a sinner among sinners, that's the type of nun priestess without a church. Because I don't have time for all that. I don't have time to be in a university either to prove one of my many theories. I rather just write it there and there you go, that. There you go. There you go, that. This one you're not gonna get it, but let's put it around so you think you got it. And there you got it. You should get out too much conspiracy. So they read one thing, but they don't understand that I am manipulating their brain. Because I was assistant of therapy, and I know your little tricks. Because I think like a criminal. I know how criminals get away. So yeah, isn't that cool? It's a love for authority. Uh, Everything is a prank. Such a nice way to be loved for attention. I could never be so negative to think that another many people could be so bad. It's sometimes shared psychosis the people have from any part of the world or class. They had this idea, maybe from the 20s, of viruses. That was not Bill Gates. Maybe. It's another mystery that we'll never get to know. These high ranks, they share things. They have wars, but at the same time, they make pacts of secrecy. And we might never know. We might never know if you do this job for love and unconditional love, as I have done all my life, and I will be half of a century next year. So it's been a lot of work in many ways. I would say that if I had more opportunities, like men who talk about women, if I was in a higher position, maybe I was as arrogant as I am today. Maybe I'm just hurt. Maybe the world is hurt. But multimedia shouldn't be a therapy where people are just doing gibberish. It's better to do gibberish. But people criticize that as well and don't understand the meaning of. Because not everyone is a seeker that goes to India or that will risk everything. The problem is that people want the truth. And if the victims, alleged victims, come forward, because there will be new laws for victims. So this stops. And we are in the free world. Imagine how it is in other parts of the world. So I am not okay by hurting people. It's good to have respect for people. Yeah. So there were people that has gone to Ibiza to dance 24 hours, making love in the dance floor. Yeah, the British people, especially in the parties of animation, making love right there behind the public, just making love right there. And then not so much lights, but there's nobody cares. Places in the world that are very sexual as well as there are many arts, and that's why they get together. It's like, well, honey, if you it's, it's difficult, it's very difficult to judge someone and think that we have the authority of judgment. So did he make you come? Did you did you come? Like really? Or if you were in love with him, you really love him, it's not that you would forgive him, but I don't think you would have felt raped. Right? You did it before, but then no. You like it, but no. But then you were working as well. So these are crucial key moments. Yeah, because it's like, okay, so now everyone is gonna be like, don't touch me, don't touch me. Like, just, oh, I don't know. I guess you'll have to become a gigolo. You just wanna cannot do it in the artistic field now, like where the arts and the perceptions abound. I think is a world where we can understand how we treat each other. I wish they teach tantra in school. Just the senses, how we perceive each other, the smell, what we eat, how we transpire because of what we eat. how we feel. Many people don't know how to touch. That's why they end up with drugs. 'Cause they never been in a family that has a lot of intimacy and love and hugs, and they're together all the time and close and dance together. My family never want to care about what other people think. Yeah. Um, they love their freedom. So it's not to come to that degree of relationship friendliness where loyalty exists. Yeah. There has to be something that is profound. Um, love for God, some love to feel that you have come to this earth for a mission, or make you believe yourself so you feel better. Because what the heck are you going to think, anyways? Why not think that you are one of the leaders of the world, where we need many? So each one has their own narrative. I'm not going to say that everyone is going to have universal understanding, that you are going to talk in behalf of the very rich, that you are going to talk in behalf of the poor, or that you are going to talk in behalf of women. Goddesses. Well, you can always bring flowers and put them on my feet. That's something I like, and a character of mine as well. But where my feet are in the water, just, just drop it like that in the water. Like that. So, an act of benevolence and surrender. Why? Because I have many men on their knees crying of gratefulness. But I never ask for that. It happens. It happens thanks to uh, having the opportunity to have shared so much love and understanding for their wife and their sacred privacy, where I have not touched or break it. To feel that love is infinite and they have the right to desire. They are not guilty. I don't like men being called predators. I was laughing a lot. I was laughing a lot. I was laughing a lot because my husband would tell me everything. I was like, what? That's so funny. Because the white woman are like Canada, and the psychologist too, the psychiatrist. And well, this is very, very. I told you should have been staying in Ibiza, but it was never good enough. I don't like when men come to me and talk bad about women. That's really don't talk to other women. I don't want to know. I don't really think people deserve to be cut from freedom of expression. The thing is, how are we managing this information? So in role play, we have a zigzag to get certain other scenario. Because you come from one scenario, I come from another, this one comes from another. So we're building a story together, let's say, right? I'm not gonna give my formula away because I'm gonna get paid percentage, which is a royalty. Maybe it's a lot of money, or I'm asking for too much. I'm not asking for people to follow me because I'm not into being an influencer, but I would like to I would like to be with my children and see them going to school and college and university, and another generation is much better for sure. I would like to share like any person does, but as an artist, as a director of role play, real life, I will ask people to see how does a multi-script get, and you get to see the many parts of it, and how can we help others instead of judging others. Yeah. So I would put all the women, well, the women that want to come forward, the ones that were felt ready, and the other ones that didn't feel, that had an orgasm, let's just say, 'cause all the women, their love for us, that's different. For I would just put them for in different, and in a living room full of pillows everywhere. Pillows. Yeah, maybe we just end up making love with him. No cameras, of course. I could make a feet massage there 'cause I'm a little lazy. Just gonna like what me feet massage. I don't care, girl, boy, whoever's. Uh, just yeah, chill a little, yeah. Just hear the sounds, whatever, if they're doing it or not. And there's Russell there, like, oh, I'm exhausted. I've never seen myself so much on the internet. I don't know what to think of myself anymore. Oh well, I really want to hear people talking good about me, that I'm great. Just relax, Russell, relax. I'm never gonna do you if you keep talking, faking. And the other one, they're just trying to. You need many women to relax a man, you know? Because they're in the head so much. One woman is not good enough. Not because we are lesser, but it's just like, depends. Maybe another woman will tell you another thing. They have three being in the bed, and the other one has another thing to say. You know, they what could she say? I said, well, I don't know. It's just I don't know. Nobody talks about those things. But if you're young, you're with beautiful people. They're artists and love to love and dance. Just wear beautiful clothes and say hi to people, have a drink. So believe there's no tomorrow. And keep doing your creative studies, whatever it is that you're doing. In some parts of the world, in some generations, where your heart and freedom has made a certain degree of joy with pleasures. So you don't have family values yet, or maybe you had family values, and then there are people who are not really conscious because for some men sex with a lot of women is like sucking their energy, and it gives them a lot of power to deal in business as well. Sex, drugs, and money makes them feel like sexed up. She is like dripping out of their pores. I'm not saying having a quickie every day. The thing is that not everybody has understanding of its sexuality, because the majority of people are just the majority. To write about tantra when I was very old, just a book, not to not to cut trees, make myself, but for whoever would like to do a research and study tantra, um, they should be passed from person to person. Being a lucky person, and not everyone has empathy really for others as well. Not everyone can feel another as oneself would, and there are many sides. A deeper truth with another. Then there is this the average person, which is superficial and sex is a dirty thing. It has to be dirty. You have to sweat. There's vapors, liquids, all these forms moving. So you feel love. That moment is the only reality that you love more than any. And it is true. It makes you happy. Not everyone has the energy drive or the high fidelity to be a conductor of so much energy. Some people can kill themselves, and many people can go crazy because of all that voltage, that you rather do it with 1 million imbeciles. So you don't have, you just have, just ejaculate, there you go, like pigs. And it's like, imagine an orgy of pigs, the debauchery, all this. Because there can be very nasty people. I've never been, like, don't put me in pictures of imagination. What you do can role play in a virtual reality as an animal, uh, and get to see how animals mate. In first person, you could also role play as a plant, and how you, with existence, study that the biology of the flower, study how you relate with water and person, with seas, with rain, would make love to the nymphs on earth. That form of nature, or just like that song, the I am blue and everything is blue, just in that concept abstraction where it's just blue, you are blue, and how you make it, all the blueness. That could be another color. So I don't need to know if it turns purple or green, okay? It's a form of creation, creativity as well. And artists have always, and writers, not all, uh, we need to live through these characters as well. How they come to relate, what drives them, what is the motor, how they come to see the generation has died because maybe they're doing something else with others. There are many people who I told them to use my ideas and they can talk better, but I've also learned from many people that I see. And I thank Jordan Peterson. I thank many people that I don't remember their names as well. Tudor. Sometimes Tudor does not have understanding or empathy for other people. It looks very mature. Like, it's not, the world's not like that. I don't know. Just shouldn't have married a middle class. Thinks to be superior now because married you, and now you think like an idiot. The world's not like that. I don't know. People need to listen to others, I guess. I would rather be role playing and telling my stories with others who express their stories. I'm only out trying to get the money to make my things, and they can make any mediation they want with me. Say, okay, let's do this, we can do this, we can do that, this is what we can do. Anyone could come to me and tell me, we'll give you this job, have this salary, and then we'll see what we can manage. So I will accept any salary to work in order to make something beautiful happen with others. Well, I could go work in any normal job as well. I've been considering the jobs that I have around here. So it's boring because I don't want to entertain people or be part of the content. I would love to go back to roleplay and have my privacy. I hope they have fixed the cookies and a piece of cake. It's not a picnic, but I'm thinking to buy one of these things, or at least to paint there, to paint with myself. And then when my daughter comes to visit, lay in the grass. But I like the money to also come pocket and see that I'm expending and I'm also paying debts because I also have debts to pay. Oh my god. So yeah, that was my idea. Imagine every part of the world saying what they need. And how can we have at least 30% of the world channeling and learning how to be a better influencer than just complaining or trolling in Twitter? Oh, because of this, because of that, because of the expression, and because I am this, because oh god. I was just thinking, okay, maybe I can do this, maybe I can do this. And I was like, God, I could have access. This is ridiculous. Like, I'm a role player, please. How I'm gonna get out of this situation that I put myself. So there can be other stories being told, but this is the truth. It's my idea. It's my work. I asked to be hacked. Whatever, I'm not hacked today. Whatever this is going through or not, it's all for the good of the world. I am an agent of myself, and in others, I see myself as well. Because I have universal love and understanding, and you don't. You are divisive. All of you are paranoid freaks with double faces, playing cards against humanity until you get together. In the name of God, in the name of your take, I don't care. Look, really. Just see that it takes a lot to pay one's debts. I have my debts to pay, and whatever it is that I have debts. So yeah, be nice to hear people saying, yeah, I have my debts to pay with good deeds. Good deeds. So, as I was thinking to buy a hammer of wood to play as if I am the judge, I was thinking, well, just make something funny out of it. But I don't like the law. Could turn a little fetish. Guess I don't think anyone likes to be judged, right? Unless they took good about him. Look at him, the lawyer. No, I want to have lawyers, really. I just want to say order, order, order after just talking of crazy shit. Well, I thought, should I put a wig? It's not funny, but it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. It's not funny. Open that can of beans for me, please. Yes. Well, actually, I boiled them. I buy them frozen, but it's nice. It make me laugh a lot. There's only these jokes you can have here in the United Kingdom. Open the can of beans. I'm not an agent for any office or agency. I'm like an emissary of something that is ultra modern, is for virtual reality. People are going to enjoy a lot when it's for the fictional world, and you can have a lot of healing through playfulness, through encountering these emotions. I mean, I would love to Russell Brand to virtual reality. I already thought he should be in first and second hell. Guys, it's not really like that. He might have some the social traits. what what people want to judge? What traits? We can have all the traits. We have all the traits of humanity. Where are you waiting for, guys? Like really? If you are the ultra, I am the ultra modern. So you might be new to some aspects, to some phases of this diamond. You might be new to do some research within the self of it, of that, of this, of the other, of this one. You can listen to your lawyers and see how far you go because they will want you to go to court. And that is the better way. They get famous. So, no, listen to me. Don't listen to anyone. You're the one to be happy and monetize because that's what you want. You don't want spiritual enlightenment in the world. It doesn't sell. People don't want to do meditation, look within their own and say, look, I am not perfect. Oh, look, I am love. There's nobody in the world. So what? I like to be loved. I like to be called nice things. Very nice. Many people. I'm mistaken. So what? It's boring, man. Because no one is really doing anything. So who knows? I'm humble as well. What's the other one? Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what platform really. People can keep copying, running away, because you get feed from a platform where you get all this. You have a society at large. You want to be a human. You have love like no other. I remember I was seeing 𝙘𝙤𝙤𝙤𝙪𝙚. She couldn't upload that videos. It was to be sent. She gonna put that video with her videos in YouTube. When she came to London, she picked me up. A very bright color, so she picked me up because people dress very dark, and that's why people pick you up. They cannot even see your face. And I was just waiting and just showing my smile. So she picked me up. Like, come on, you cannot pick any other. You have to pick me. So, because I have worked for events for international therapists, and I know by the mouth of them in the private that they pick up people because of they have a brighter color and they can't help it, but that's how they do. They have a brighter color of a shirt or a light blue, and there's always one or three who have this. And the majority of people, their dress, they have this pattern, no, especially in winter. It's all dark. So well, because I have worked as a assistant of therapy, I know how to create. And then Till Swan was next to me, like this has never happened to me. Everybody was shouting, and she does has a lot of intuition, and she, I could just see that, and she was telling me things that were totally from the intuitive realm. But you are manipulating this from a dark source underneath, and it's like you are uh, smirking because your joy. It was us. If I can do it, why not? I can do it. I'll do it, right? So I was telling everybody was shouting, because then the work of the therapist is to calm everyone down and bring them like to heaven, right, in a heavenly state. And I have all the tricks to drive everyone crazy, basically. But that's the point. Where the therapies are masterpieces to make you cry, and then to make you this, and then to make you that, and then bring it to healing and it to memory. It's so much fun. But the thing is that I don't believe in that. Uh, of course, it's like you don't appreciate what you do all the time, really. Uh, um, I, people, well, I enjoy life. I enjoy life so much that you could burn. It's like I don't care. But enjoy life because I was telling a horrible story. It's real in real life. Yeah, and I am a healthy person actually. and I'm a working person. I don't want to name people on some stories and think them. So I've learned to be unconditional because it's the only way to be. So it is good to talk about some things in the private, and it's good to talk with others and try to find that zigzag where yes, no, and there is two yes, two no's. Depends. If you're surrounded by flying monkeys, they're all gonna say yes, and you're gonna end up talking nonsense on the internet. Like if you have the power of the world and everybody does what you say, they're flying monkeys. They really think that everyone is a flying monkey. The point is that to a level of consciousness, to understand what is artificial intelligence, to understand what is your own intelligence, what is love intelligence, what is the notion of intelligence, what is a meta consciousness, to be in silence so many hours sitting without moving because there's no distractions. Even a blink could destroy all that silence that you have built by just sitting. You also need a lot of crying, a lot of shouting, a lot of jumping in the same place with your knees up here, a lot of, yeah, hardcore, hardcore meditation to drain all that. And then when you're exhausted, at least then it's easier to, or just dance until there is no more, until you faint. That's what the Africans would do. And in Venezuela, they still do it. They play the drum and they dance, and people dance. Not tomorrow, really. They until they drop for 8 hours dancing. All they want is to be high and that with others, dancing like children, not because they want to get somebody in. So there are beautiful cultures around the world that we can learn from and to report what might be needed, type of aesthetic they have, what type of architecture we could match. And it might take a longer time and a slow motion than just creating content nonstop and shit and tweeting bullshit. Like what, there is no tomorrow, to wake up again to do what? Like, because people have different convenience. They want to use you and you want to be abused by them. Tomorrow comes, you keep shouting, no one is coming. And where is the money? Where are all the people that you need to listen to you? I told you something, and are you going to change the story? Or are you going to be a snitch to the police? Who is the police? The people are going to give you that power of safety? What people know about truth? They will have it if you want the truth. So that's the polarized truth. You want to live in a two-dimensional reality of polarities? Bring it on. Because they are as you are, with a different construct and cover. It's magnetic, isn't it? It's compelling. Uh, it might continue through so many generations, but I am a scriptwriter. I don't follow what the Matrix movie said or Star Wars. giving movies as references. I can play many characters from movies as well. Doesn't mean that I believe that's going to be the future. What people wrote in movies. Are going to learn to love each other, to mediate, to talk with transparency, to understand that some things are forgiven and some not. Yeah, sometimes you have to pay a debt, a debt. Sometimes you can just walk away, like Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. Was it worth it? Well, like my mother would say, nobody's gonna take everything that I have done. Well, nobody's gonna take what I have done. Nadie me quita lo bailado. It has another verb in the Spanish language. Um, there has to be a level of decency when one is talking with the other people. There are academics as well, people who aim for a better future and they're studying, working very hard. Yeah, and they get married with the same person all their lives. There are people in church who've never done it and they give themselves to God in celibacy, not just as a martyrium and sacrifice, but a source of divinity to whoever believe it exists. So they have that relation with existence, and everything they do is a form of worship. And every little letter they write, for us, sinners, keep joy for others. So imagine a world without drama and without wars. Nice. Can talk about those things and try to go to places around these areas where they have war, but in the borders, because the some countries like in Jordan, I have been in Jordan 9 months. I wanted to help the refugees from Syria. I couldn't. They take all the money, but they don't really help them. The people in Jordan, they treat them like scam. Very Arab people from Jordan. Even the ladies from the Muslim world. You want to see the refugees? Insulting me. I'm like, oh my God, these people didn't grow up like Christians. I grew up wishing to help. What the priest would tell me to help. To bring water in Africa. And I was getting paid to work on a job in Jordan, in the Middle East. And I love to be there every second. It is to take consideration that some would do for money, and some had so much money all their lives. I have been in New York City 7 years, wrote 4 scripts. There's so many people that were famous with movies. But we allow people to create their own movie into a higher dimension, a report. And that is my idea that I had when I was 17 in India, listening to the things who would talk about what would happen in the internet in the future. People would be able to see each other as in film and say, yeah, they could share that. We're just getting emails. So they planted those seeds in me. And I grew up with so much love. I had like a Hollywood. We were like the privilege of the in India with all these beautiful people. So in love with life. People change. I had yesterday one of the most beautiful walks. Wonderful that I couldn't get up from my bed because the feeling was so great that I was like, oh, I can do this walk again. And now my children are going to these very streets, to that very school. And just to know they're safe. They're studying in these beautiful streets. In Star Trek, it's like they all have universal understanding in Star Trek and other movies. But I like more Barbarella. Yeah, Barbarella. Huh. You cannot say that the future is gonna be like the movie of Barbarella. But it could be some part of the universe. You take the pill. Do you really need to take an alchemy class to see what you're playing with? What are you taking? So you want to make a circus out of yourself and have all the haters of society, make them more paranoid with you? Go ahead. Because Rumble wants people on Facebook. So it's okay. I don't think all the power should be in one place either. I would have been paid by now. Somebody would have come to me if other countries believed that they had power as well, but they don't want problems with those above me in the sense that they have more money and influence in the world. They wish to do good to this world. As mistakes we can have as well. The thing is, a woman, uh, an hormone that has a lot of passion and regeneration. Not every woman, of course. Some of us live from tragedy to tragedy, and they might call us victims or survivors. We don't get paid for our genius work, we only get paid as victims. And meanwhile, men can get away on and on and on and on from any corner of this world. So I don't want to hear about women being victims or alleged victims. I do not wish to get to hear that or be a remember of that at all. In the name of woman, I would love women to see Russell working for them for free. And that is my judgment. Okay? No more chaos or drama. So that's what I said. And that's what I thought. And I already have movie scripts and movies and stories going at the same time. So, by chapters, verses, it can change the scenario, but it's the same. Could be the same story, right? I will not put him to talk with men, but only women. Like if it's a punishment, and he just talk. He has to talk about sex. That's all. That's it. Sex, not women. Him about sex and love and abuse and all these things the way he is. With women, why? Because man, I'm sick of looking at man all the time. And what is this? All these women talking with Candace Owen. Why men have to have all this man, one woman? It's always the scene of the prostitute with many men. It doesn't matter if she's married or pretends to be a holy woman, that she's good, that she's straight, that she is married, that she's conservative. She's just as full of bullshit as anyone to be accepted. Because if she was in another country with another religion, she would do the same. That's it. Cheers for those who have no creative. They do a movie about a murder because it sells. Go ahead, you go, girl. Go. The other one asking himself what's a woman. Bravo, because everyone is questioning that, right? You did a great favor by that ending. Figure it out. Another great idea. But who is paying me, anyways? Who is paying woman? I don't want to hear about women being victims. I do have authority to talk as however I want, but I am talking in a private as a prayer or not. That is your prayer. Whatever you think, put together, that is yours. Because bless Jesus who's surrounded by a woman. Those who are surrounded by women, bless them. Not like little women that look like skeletons or girls. Real woman, like real woman. Yeah, not woman that is kind of woman do what everyone wants them to do. Yeah, okay, woman. So Nobody does really meditation. I don't like people that think they can get away by saying a certain narrative, because it hurts me to think that everyone is hurt because of freedom of expression or your intellectual rights, or that you're giving this material, and there are people that also need to be reported, and they should not do this. We should be dancing not under any threats of viruses. We should look towards the positive side to try to bring a better argument that is a little more artistic, beautiful to the senses, if not the touch. Because what happens when you feel touched by God? They're gonna call you crazy, a guru. When we have a talented person to be crucified because of somebody that doesn't like you, or how you're treating them, doesn't matter who. Could be Bill Gates, could be the woman who wanted to be your girlfriend, could hurt. There was no understanding. The other one was not understanding what it is to have casual sex, but that she liked you but didn't like you. So in that moment, she didn't want to. Or she didn't go through all these things that normal people do, because the average person, the normal people, do that. Or not in Goa with everyone naked, or in Ibiza with people. Which now things have changed because there are cameras. Many things have changed. It's like yesterday. You will have the conservative who don't have appreciation for any source of lovemaking, not just their own, general, or respect how we were created, because the majority of people believe we were born out of a sin. That's why we're all sinners. Yes, that degree, I'm a sinner because I was born out of a sin. So I'm a sinner. Celibacy has to come naturally. And it's one of the most beautiful things a person could achieve in her life. Time to have love. Because every person is telling you something from their soul throughout their body. It's their mechanism when two bodies meet. But not everybody does it in the same way as if it is artistic commission that's through the flesh. And you're just a listener. Because the body has more stories than the National Library. Could tell you stories from its ancestors, its desires, the future, its longing, its lack of love from so many people. in the branches of their family. The way they love as well, that is peculiar. So something beautiful can turn very ugly. Even a dream that you had, or the world to come together in peace. Some little rat didn't pay me, and another person wants to get paid. And other rats got in the way, but they have too little cheese to eat, because they were good to the world. They can do it. I wish everyone knew that was Mula and Parve. There is more. I wish the world banking knows that. I really wish today they'd thank me so I can be with my kids and other people can do it. Cares about me? Why should they care about you? Everyone is going to do what is better. Even the worst person in this world will always pick what's best. Is better if it knows what's better. What the things is. There is no person in this world, not even a top narcissist, over the top, or modernized, or anything, or from history that is going to do something that doesn't think is the best. Doesn't matter how twisted it is, or think it's the best. Or everyone thinks it's the best. It might be twisted, but it's okay. So we hope to not have wars in the future. So we need a lot of mediations and understandings. And we, the people, can create a tribunal. We, the people, can create another form of a court system for freedom of expression. To understand other cultures, to have other forms of punishment. There is no jail. Because to be punished by published media, that is not like, come on. He had all this money through all these years. He still got supported due to all these men. How many people work hard to do that? So there's a lot of people out there. So we can learn to talk with one another. I'm tired of saying the same story every day. Nothing is going anywhere. So I'll have my passport very soon. It would be very nice to roll. I don't understand why people would need to be corrupted, but they need to do that to buy more people to be in power. It is not easy. It's not easy, but at least you did something good. You had to shake all those hands for so many years. Who knows who's going to win the election? Who knows? Just hope that we have a good year, that we have good stories, that people can do their gibberish in the private. It's good for those who own platforms that people are seeking their, but people can addict it to joy as well and pleasure online, making stories that are way better. I'm not doing good stories either. So you can tech yourself or tech her, tech that if you want, tech you all. You can tell themselves this is a technological inspiration for the self. And we might dance around. No drugs. No drugs, okay? Send me the drug addicts. I want the drug addicts to come to me so I give them new punishments. So, well, man, I'm gonna get very jealous to listen to stories about sex. They're for adults. Mature content. So you were only talking for money in YouTube? Because you've not been cancelled. You won't talk for free? Stay free, Russell. Do it for free. Because what do you want? You want freedom? It's free. Freedom is free in the free world. You have a lot of people from around the world to show what is freedom. With a family, with your daughters. Well, women also like to have predators. Predator. Were they told my husband was really like they? I've never heard that word in the Spanish world. Really. It's just well, we have other names, but they are actually good names. El Divino. Ah, here comes El Divino. The divine. All the women praise this man. This type of characters, there are a few. It doesn't matter the size of their dick, because women are very flexible, actually. Um, Wives, too. Many wives, Christian wives as well. Because their Christian husbands are busy, so, just to keep the decor and they go to church. At least the church gets their and everyone is together. Hmm? It is good to pray. It's good to chant and listen to one's voice chanting, just the chords, the power of prayer through storyline. It is from the stories that have been told from our generation. So putting the lights a little off. Yeah, lights off. Yeah, putting all the lights off. Still light. Saying like no, with a curtain, half of the curtain, right? Like, no, I'm not here on Facebook anymore. Come to Rumble. Bye.